We have relators, which I suspect, what is your name?
Melissa.
Melissa.
I'm Beth. Hi, Melissa. Nice
Okay. And we have entertainers. Okay. We're grabbing Joe. Okay. All right, here you go. Hopefully this is right. Yeah, okay. The different personality styles that we are, you can tell. I want to give you tips on how you can tell in that 7 seconds, or maybe 15 seconds. 15 seconds or less, who you're dealing with. Sound good? Okay. Commanders are very direct, and they are very, very confident. Does Joe make you think he's a commander? Very confident, knows what he's talking about, dominant, that kind of thing. No, I'm not saying that Joe has an ego. What I'm saying is, commanders, if you appeal to their ego, so that's really great. I saw that your business got an award in the Chamber magazine. Yes, it did. All right. And you were really right. Well, of course I was. I mean, that's these people, okay? Organizers are your very detailed people. They love details. I'm not used to doing this in 3 minutes. Okay. They love details. They are very analytical. And there's a friend of mine that I'm going to point out who's in this room right now who is major this. They are a little bit this, but not the way you think. Stephen, where are you? Stephen, right there. Stephen Nelson. Hi, Stephen. Stephen. No, wait, not the way you think. Not the way you think. These people tend to not be, they're a little more closed. They're the ones, along with our relators, I'm going to put a semi-closed here, because the relators and the organizers are the ones that you'll probably see standing back. Because they're surveying and they're taking it all in. Now the advantage to that is they're standing back and taking it all in. So they're kind of watching. I have a son who's a relator organizer. He's a little sneaky weasel. You got to watch out. Then your entertainers are obviously the outgoing. They tend to be fun. Sometimes they can appear a little scattered. They want you to be scintillating, and yes, I can spell that. So if you come across an entertainer person, please be interesting. If you're not interesting to them, they are moving on. Okay? If you run across a commander, then you need to be confident in what you're doing. They want to know. They don't want to know how to build a watch. They just want to know what time it is. Okay? You know what I mean by that? Okay, so if you come across as, well, okay, yeah, and I kind of, they are done with you in less than 7 seconds, I guarantee it, okay? The same thing with organizers. They want details. They want to know that you know what you're talking about, okay?
How long have you been in business?
They like that. How long have you been in business? Tell me, what is your favorite kind of customer? What can I do to help you? Is there any,
Area coverage.
Yeah, what is perfect? How many stores do you have? Yeah. They like how questions. Okay? And relators, oh my stars. Okay, relators. Don't scare them. Okay. Okay. Don't scare them. Okay, these wonderful people are very, very family oriented. The difference between these two is the organizer is going to be much more formal. Whereas a relator is going to be a little more open, and they'll probably have a smile on their face. They're more approachable, but they're very family oriented and they want security. So especially if you have a business that has anything to do with security, financial security, physical security, anything like that for a family, that's who you're looking for. Okay? All right, so I hope that's very quick. And if you want, I'm going to pass this around. I have a 2-page thing that I can send you that has all the information. You can assess yourself and has all the information about these 4 styles. All you need to do is put your name and email, I will email it to you. Okay, if you don't want to, don't put your name on that. And I'm gonna call Rhonda up here. And we are going, what are we doing, Rhonda?
We are going to talk about how easy it is to enter a group that is talking to each other, or how it's not easy. So the first thing I want to ask you, exactly. The first thing I want to ask you is it important if I'm there at a networking event, and let's say I've come in and I know Beth and 3 other people that are standing here talking, and I walk up to them, is it my job to be aware of who comes up around me, or am I just focused on my friends? Is it important for any reason for me to be aware of what's going on around me? I'm going to miss a great opportunity because somebody has picked me out as one of their demographic people that they want to know. And if I'm not paying attention, again, I'm working and socializing, so I've got to keep the balance. So if you're at a networking group and you're talking to your friends, don't get caught in the, we're like this way, talking to each other to 4 people, and you walk up here so nobody sees. So you want to be open. You want to keep yourself open to get the most out of the event.
How many has that happened to anybody here where you've kind of walked up, you've really kind of gotten your big girl panties on, and you walked up to somebody and you were wanting to introduce yourself and they just absolutely ignored you? Yeah? How does that make you feel?
Crappy.
Unimportant. Say it. Unimportant, crappy? Is that what you said? Okay, perfect. So,
Girl panties weren't big enough.
the big girl panties,
It makes you think that. It makes you think that. It does. It makes you think that. You think, oh my gosh, I must not be important enough for those people to do. Or, if you're me, I go, too bad, you should have got to know me. And so, if I'm on the other side of that, they missed an opportunity because I had picked them out as somebody that I wanted to get to know and to create a relationship with in order to build an ongoing networking business relationship with. And if they've turned their back on me, I'm probably going to do, if I have another opportunity and they come up to me, I'm probably going to be open to it, but I'm probably not going to try to approach them again. It's not really anything negative, it's just I'm going to go where people are open, right? Is that correct? Is there anything that you have done in that scenario that has really worked for you to walk up to? This is a real issue because we who network a lot forget. And we start talking to each other about something that's going on, some business we're doing together, and we miss out. So is there anything that you guys have done that has worked really well for you?
A couple things that I'd like to mention with regard to walking up to 2 people talking. I tend not to approach 2 people. I tend to approach 3 or more in a large crowd. And if it is just 2 people, I stand close enough to hear some of the conversation. And if it's a private conversation, I won't interrupt. But if it's just general conversation, I find something that I have in common with this conversation and interject myself in a friendly way. Perhaps I'm the UCF. And if I hear someone say, well, my daughter's going to UCF, I may say, oh, your daughter goes to UCF. And then engage myself in the conversation in that way. But I read a lot about business etiquette, and one of the things I learned about the 2 versus 3 was not to approach the 2 people talking. It was the safest way.
I think you did.
That's a good point. And that's a good point. So, seeing that we're not gnawing on the whole crowd, right? And I think it was key what you said was if you come away with 2 contacts, that's a successful event. Sometimes we think we have to have 50, right? And the thing about the 2 people, I think that's very good advice. And if you have 3 or more, or we have our friends and we all sit over there talking about, what am I going to do this weekend, all that kind of thing, I call that clumping. I call that clumping. Okay, it's where you clump together with your little friends, and that's like kind of a clicky thing, and then nobody else, tick-tock, the game is locked and nobody else can play. Or if you do, we'll take a shoe and knock you black and blue. Okay? So, we're going to have a no clumping rule. You didn't even know I had these hidden talents, Dean. All right, so
I do have that on video.
That's still on YouTube. That's on YouTube.
Oh, goodness. Okay, anyway.
Worldwide.
So, no clumping.